afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All welcome to the EVES auction room here this afternoon. My name is Grant Child, and it's an absolute pleasure to be working alongside you and, of course, coattailing the outstanding work of our marketing consultants that have been busy beavering away out there for the last 3 or 4 weeks, marketing these 13 properties that we've got to offer you here this afternoon. Just introducing my team, I'm Grant Child. I'll offer you the first 6 properties this afternoon. Then I'm going to hand over to a very accomplished and established auctioneer, very experienced indeed. He'll take you through the next 7 properties. So those folks across the bottom of the screen are Scott, Mark, Trevor and Karen. They're on board here today, folks. If your bids don't take us to the vendor's reserve price, that's the only time that Jordan and I can put the property to the market to sell to the highest bidder, is once we reach that reserve price. But if we don't quite get there, towards the auction, one of the team will step in. We'll give you that opportunity to keep talking with our vendors here today, folks, because there's a very good reason for that. I can tell you now, before we go too much further, we have got more conditional buyers interested in these 13 properties this afternoon than we have cash buyers. So you are in a very elite position. If you are in that position of cash, make sure you give it your best shot here today, folks, because there is a lot of conditional interest lining up, ready to put offers to our vendors, and we'll disclose some of those properties as we work our way through. But the team will help you here today, folks. Obviously, if you reach agreement, we'll come back to us, we'll make any necessary amendments and put the property to the floor and sell to the highest bidder. But just remember, once the auction is formally closed, anyone can come forward, and that does include those conditional buyers as well. Buyers and sellers guide, well, that's been around for a long time. They're available in the stand just outside of the auction room as well. They've been at all the open homes, all your inspections, you've been given them. We are by law obliged to, or by law we have to give them to you. So you've probably got more in the glove box of your car than we've got in our storage facility. So obviously the most important document is the contract of sale that we work to. It's been circulated in draft form, and finalised copies, they're also available in the stand out there as well. If there's been any amendments to those draft contracts, folks, we will alert you to that prior to your bidding here today, but I'm absolutely 100% confident your salespeople will have contacted you, giving you the updates anyway. So I'm not going to go through that contract in its entirety, folks. By way of any bidding today, I'm going to assume that you've read, understood and accept the contract that we have here today, folks. But I'll just take you back to the front page outlining the conduct of auction. That's what you see up there on the screen. Again, I'm not going to go through that in its entirety. You've had the opportunity to peruse that as well. A couple of important reminders. One is all about vendor bidding. Nothing to be afraid of with vendor bids, folks. We will disclose any vendor bids to you. They will always be below the vendor's reserve price, and we only use a vendor bid if there's only one person that's participating in the auction. Sometimes the no bidders are a little bit shy in getting the bidding going, so we'll assist you with that by perhaps starting the auction away with a vendor bid. We've only got one person participating. We'll work alongside you with vendor bids to get you to a level where the vendors are happy for us to pause the auction and for you to continue discussions with them at that level. So if we're holding the bid at any level, then essentially the vendors are saying thanks but no thanks. We're not really interested in talking to you at that level. Right, so work with us and work alongside us, folks. We're here to help you here today. The other thing I just want to remind you of is immediately on completion of the auction, that's obviously the fall of the hammer. I won't demonstrate it because you'll get a bit of a fright, but you'll know when you purchase the property, when the hammer hits the podium, your simple obligations from that point are: 1, sign the contract; 2, pay your deposit equaling 10% of today's purchase price unless you've made other arrangements. And of course that can be done electronically as well. That's the only obligations and of course those obligations we do ask that you do that prior to commencing your celebrations as well. So that's about all I need to cover for you, folks. So we do have a great lineup of properties here for you today. One of those properties was number 23 Valley Grove Way. Chris Royal will meet him shortly. He's also got other properties up today, but 23 Valley Grove Way, we had a purchaser that had 2 options, wanted to buy the Valley Grove Way or an alternative property. Valley Grove Way was the purchaser's preference. Put an offer to the vendors. Vendors were accepting of that and signed that contract. The property was sold a couple of days ago. So congratulations to those buyers and of course to those sellers, and commendations to the great job done there by marketing consultant Chris Royal. So that brings us to our first property here today, folks, 99B 8th Avenue. Ash and Diane Davidson, they've been marketing this property and a little bit under the weather, so staying away and keeping everybody safe, but leaving things in good hands. Real family affair here with the Davidsons. We've got Lockie Davidson over here now, looking after things and keeping everything in good order as well. Now, before I go any further with this property, folks, I can tell you this is one of those properties that I mentioned in my preamble about having conditional interest. In fact, my conversations with Ash a little bit earlier, Lockie, is potentially we could be, if you don't buy it here in cash today, you could be in a 4-way multiple offer after the auction. So got some good conditional interest expressed in the property. It's solidly constructed, an absolute easy breezy, spacious home there, and certainly one that's going to enhance your lifestyle going forward. It's tastefully renovated to showcase a very cool contemporary vibe throughout the home, and I'm sure you identified that when you went and viewed the property. So 99B 8th Avenue, well that's how the postie knows it, but the South Auckland Registry Office, they know it more as record of title SA 27B folio 1406 as a cross-lease freehold. There was some documentation circulated stating that the settlement date was 30 days. This is one of those properties I told you we would update you if there are any changes. That settlement date has been changed to 42 days from today's date. So just confirming that's correct there, Lockie.
That's correct.
Any other changes to the chattels list in that?
No.
No other issues there. So back to the property itself there, folks. Designed to indulge the generous upper level master bedroom. Well, look at the views that it enjoys from up there. Absolutely wide views there. The ever-changing vista of the mountain. You've got the harbour, and you've also got those wonderful urban outlooks as well, and you can visualise that at night once the lights start dancing from the residential properties that it overlooks. The inside of the property, the seamless neutral decor throughout to blend with all styles and tastes, so your furniture is going to fit in there just like Michael Jackson's hand fitted into his nice white glove. Just the opportunity to move straight in and enjoy the property. Not a blade of grass out of place there in the grounds there. You've got that lovely tropical vibe. You've got the raised vegetable gardens for your green thumbs to enjoy as well. So a fantastic opportunity. 8th Avenue, if you're looking for something nice and handy to town, this one would be hard to beat. Looking for an opening bid now, folks. As I said, we do have multiple conditional interest in the property. In fact, 2 of those buyers were hoping to hear back from their financial institution by the auction today. Haven't quite got their ducks in a line there. Cash buyers, you get the first go. I'm going to call you 3 times, otherwise I'm simply going to shut the auction down and hand it straight back for Lockie to work with those conditional buyers. Assuming that some of them are probably watching via the live stream as well. First call now for cash interest. Second, last chance in or else. Close the auction, Lockie, hand it back to you. Otherwise, we'll be delighted to hear from you. Folks, if you are watching via the live stream, contact Lockie Davidson. Get your offers in very quickly, because I don't think that property is going to last too long with me. Thanks, Lockie.
Thanks, Grant.
Alright, over the bridge we go to 59 Sandhurst Drive. Danielle Hayes working out of our Mount office, certainly needing no introduction in the Mount and Pitmar market there, and certainly this one has been an absolute beauty to market, Danielle. Having sustained an interior makeover in recent years, this single level home in a pivotal location for the beach, boulevards, Bayfair and coastal precincts, well, it doesn't come much better than 59 Sandhurst Drive. It's a freehold estate, the best class of ownership that you can buy in New Zealand. 304 square metres of good old Kiwi terra firma is what you buy here, folks, and of course the home sits on that wonderful parcel of land. All described in record of title SA 65A folio 1000. Now, there is an extra clause in the contract, just one stating that the vendor's solicitor authorises an early release of the deposit. Clause 23 just basically outlines that the vendors act as executors of the estate. There are no warranties, obviously, having not been an occupation of the property, and there are no warranties as to when probate will be issued. However, the settlement date is set for the 12th of April 2023, or 15 working days from the issue of probate, whichever is the latter. So the settlement date being all constructed to cover that, so no issues as far as that is concerned. Channels list, any additions, deletions to the channels list there, Danny? No?
Thank you.
All as circulated there. So a perfect home for the busy folk who've got life outside their front and want a lock and leave to come back to. This one really does tick that box as well. Again, one of those properties that will suit all your furnishings. The lightly toned interior throughout is refined and been thoughtfully done as well. Idyllic arrangement offers privacy and sunshine both on the indoors and the outdoors as well, so good orientation of the property. You've got that wonderful compact section that for maintenance is absolutely minimum, yet allowing for the more greenery to be added to if you so desire as well, and certainly ready to accommodate your desired settlement date. Bit of flexibility around that as well. If you need an alternative date to be able to buy the property, then just talk to Danielle. She will see if she can assist you with that. So in your hands, buyers, who would you like to say go for this one? Brilliant start. Fantastic. Love your work.
700.
Pardon?
700.
700. 700. A little bit optimistic. So I'm quite happy to work with that. But it's something I could ask for a start. So it's $700,000. We're underway over here. That's $700 for a property of this calibre in this location. I'll go with $25,000 rises from here. At $700,000 to start over here on the left-hand side. Who takes me to 25 now? Let's go quickly. First call, second time, third, last chance. More than happy to go on behalf of the vendor and then serve 725 with me. Making it 750 William. $725,000 on a vendor bid now. 750 do I say for you. Here's your opportunity now. On the note at 750, 775 would be the logical retort from here. At 750,000, even $750,000 on the left-hand side. First call now. Second time. Last opportunity. Are you in or out? Going again on behalf of the seller, sir. It looks like it's just you and I. Here to help you at 775 with me now. At $775,000, making it 800 if you will. At $775,000, it's with me at this point in time. 800, can I say for you there, sir? North to south, turn to chest. That's the way we go. We're talking about Sandhurst Drive. Just in case you're not sure where it is. 800 would be the logical retort, sir. I can't help at that level. Yep, 800 we go now. At $800,000, it's on the left-hand side here, at $800,000 even. First call now, given the fact that this is the only gentleman that's been bidding on this. If I don't get any further bids, we're going to pause and we'll give you the opportunity to have discussions at this level. A little bit away from where we need to be at this point in time, but given you're the only one, sir, there, if I don't get a further bid, I'll give you that opportunity to talk to the vendors. First call now, second, last chance to our outs. Trevor, bids down here on the left-hand side with our starter at $800,000. Can you assist him, please? Get to meet Chris Royal from our Cherrywood office. That's him standing over on the right-hand side there. Already sold the property at number 23 Billy Grove Way and has also been marketing this very special property at a great location at number 9 Honeywood Road. Certainly a very appealing home, immaculately presented and very tempting to those with an eye for the less ordinary, because it's one of the less ordinary things about this, but Chris is obviously the prime location. Can't really emphasise that enough. It's just an outstanding location indeed. Record of title SA 26D, folio 678 describes the property as a freehold estate. As I mentioned earlier, freehold estate, the best class of ownership you can buy in New Zealand. 961 square metres is your parcel of land, so certainly plenty of room for the little feet to go running around in your land space there, as you will have seen on the earlier photo on the screen. We'll have that back up for you shortly. The vendor having not been in occupation of the property, no vendor warranties as far as the channels, fixtures and fittings are concerned. Therefore, the clauses 9.2, 9.35, 9.36 are hereby deleted. Pretty standard when people are acting as executors of an estate. 14th of April, Chris, 2023 is our settlement date. No change there, but flexibility though.
No change, but there is flexibility.
Yep, excellent. Talk to Chris if you need an alternative date. Channels list, any differences there? No, all is circulated. So the home itself there tucked away for absolute incredible privacy. The privacy doesn't really come much better than this, does it?
You don't realise it either until you're in the property.
Exactly. So, and of course, once you get into the property, the first thing that captures your eye and captures your mind is those wonderful established gardens, the large trees, lots of off-street parking. If you get lots of visitors or you've got lots of tours, then no issues with the off-street parking at 9 Hiniwa Road. You've got the paving and decking. Well, that's perfectly suited for entertaining. If you're the entertainers of your circle of friends, then they're going to be absolutely envious of you here. The bathroom and ensuite, well, they were recently renewed, so the rest of the home, absolutely tidy condition that belies its age. So close to all levels of schooling. I did mention location, and a few minutes walk to the Cherrywood shops. Just roll on down the hill there and just save a little bit of energy for getting back up after you've been down to the neighbourhood bar and restaurant down there. Certainly great facilities, and I can vouch for the food as well. Shopping centre, well, it's you've got the Cherrywood shops all there as well, so you can wander down there at any time. So this is an address, folks, that is sought after by a lot of people indeed, and if you are investors, well, you can expect a return of somewhere in the vicinity of $850 to $900 per week on this one. So a great option here, folks, in your hands. Where would you like to start your way? Here to work with the cash, unconditional interest only. That's what options are all about. They just give you the cash buyer's first opportunity. Can't labour on that enough. First call now for an opening bid for 9 Hiniwa Road. Second time. Third. Last chance for cash. Obviously none here today, Chris. We've got a little bit more work to do to find the buyer for this property. What sort of buying power do we need to be able to own a property of this calibre and this outstanding location?
Okay, Grant, we're going to price the property today at $1,349,000.
$1,349,000. There's your buy now price for this property, folks. Don't delay. Just make sure, get into the Cherrywood office, ask for Chris Royal, give him a call, look him up on our website. That property now available for sale, $1,349,000, and I don't think it's going to last too much longer with that sort of value in that location, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks, Grant.
You're welcome. Moving on to our next one, folks. 43 Lemon Grove Avenue. This one would have to be pick of the bunch. A little bit like our marketing consultants over here, pick of the bunch. Done a great job. I reckon you guys, these guys are not together, they just keep talking. I reckon you two have been fighting over who was going to do the open ones at this property.
Both been there, Grant.
Both been there. That's the type of property that it is, folks. It is an absolute epic 2022 renovation that has created a home of outstanding distinction. 43 Lemon Grove Avenue, folks, do not drive past this property. You've got to drive in to appreciate what has been done. This would be one of the top of the range renovation programs that I have ever seen. In 28 years as a real estate salesperson and called over 10,700 auctions, this is one of the best ones I've ever called in terms of the renovation. Outstanding. It's a freehold estate, 733 square metres of land is what it's positioned on there, all described in record of title SA 1723, folio 43 in the South Auckland Registry Office. 20 working days from today's date, still our 7th day. An absolute raft of chattels in there, absolute quality chattels all the way through as well. I just remind you of the clause in the sale and purchase agreement today, folks, that if you do bid and buy this property, we're just telling you, advising you that the one of the vendors is a licensed salesperson under the Real Estate Agents Act. We are obliged to disclose to you that. Back to the property itself though, huge amount of extras and as I mentioned, quality chattels and look at that. I'm going to stand here for a couple of seconds folks and just let you reflect on the lifestyle that you're going to have when somebody buys this property. Because you are in for a complete lifestyle change at 43 Lemon Grove. You've got the multiple deck spaces, you've got the views to the mount, you've got the port, you've got the harbour entrance views, and they are simply outstanding by day and by night as well. You've got that sleek designer's kitchen right there on the screen before you, overlooks the main living area and the main deck as well, and of course through those massive big plate glass windows, you look right across the city there and across towards the mount. You can even see the planes coming and going. It's just absolutely outstanding and spectacular, especially at night with that view across the dining area. You've got a contemporary 5-bedroom home here, folks, and that includes a 2-bedroom granny flat as well. So if you've got extended family, you get lots of visitors, then this home definitely creates for a wonderful environment for those lots of guests that you get as well. And again, location, location, location. You've heard it all before, but this one really does tick the box. We don't get a lot of properties for auction in Lemon Grove, but I can tell you here, this one at number 43, it is one that catches everybody's eye, and it is certainly one that as people drive through Lemon Grove Ave, they always get attracted with their eyes to this property here. So in your hands, buyers, I would suggest to you definitely a property well worthy of north of $2 million. So if you're in the position of cash, then now's your opportunity. Where do we say go? Opportunities like this don't come very often, folks. They're a little bit like sunrises and sunsets. If you leave it too long, you're going to miss it. I wouldn't leave this one. First call now for an opening bid, 43 Lemon Grove Ave. Second time. Third, last chance for cash interest. Guys, I know you've got a few people that have been expressing a little bit of interest in the property, so I'm going to simply shut the auction down now, close it, and you can keep working with those buyers, and I'm sure you're going to get something on that property very, very soon. Indeed, it is an outstanding one. Thank you. We're still waiting on a result on Sandhurst Drive, folks. We'll be back to you as soon as we can with that. In the meantime, pressing on now, Ash and Diane and Lockie, they've also been marketing this property at number 5 Neil Place. Now, this is an extremely generous 1930s character abode and has been transformed into a large multi-use home as it is being used today. So, an absolutely fantastic opportunity here for you. And again, Lockie, this is another one where we've got some buyers that have been expressing some interest, haven't quite got their ducks in a line. Yep. And, I know we've got people waiting for inspections on the property. They know they're not in that position of cash, so we're going to give you the first chance at it today, folks. It is a freehold estate as well, 755 square metres more or less. All described in record of title, say 46A folio 359. Now, Lockie, the dishwasher is as is, and the 2 gas bottles that are there, they do not stay. So, it's a rented one, so they're not included in the channels, but I'm sure if you talk to the vendors, you'll be able to take over that contract for those gas bottles. 10 working days from today's date, with flexibility around that as well. Yep. So, there's all the legal aspects, folks. At the beating heart of the home, you've got that enormous living dining area that's flanked by that wonderful sizable kitchen, complete with the butler's pantry as well. So if you are into the lots of entertaining, you've got that butler's pantry to assist you as well. The space abounds, potential to create that self-contained living on the lower level as well, and an overly generous yard that really does fit well for the kids and pets and toys and for entertaining as well. Packed with potential to evoke your personality and your personal desires. There it is, folks. You see it on the screen there. We do have some people that have expressed some interest in it, so I look for a start now, and if I don't get one, I simply close the auction, and Lockie will be in touch with those buyers very shortly indeed. First call for a cash interest. Opening bid is all I'm after at this point in time. Happy to work alongside you from there. Second time. Third, last chance. Okay, Lockie, I'm going to close the auction, hand it back to you, and go and contact those buyers that have been expressing interest. I know you've already got one appointment with the buyers to go and view it, so they're going to be absolutely delighted that the property is still available as well. Right, negotiations on Sandhurst is still going at this point in time, folks, so we'll press on now. I'm going to offer you the last property that I've got in my catalogue for today, and then I'll hand over to Jordan and I'll be back to finish off Sandhurst. So in the meantime, Charlotte Gardner and Katie Perfect over here on the right. Charlotte, St Paddy's Day's not till tomorrow.
I'd like to be here for proud.
You had green on yesterday when I saw you as well. You were just gearing up for a big day tomorrow, aren't you? Yeah, Paddy's Week, St Paddy's Week here, of course. You've been doing a great job here marketing this property, 278 Dixon Road, a landmark among the locals. It's something one of a kind property that makes a very, very rare appearance on today's property market. The legal aspects of it, well, it's another freehold estate, the best you can buy. Record of title SA 57D, folio 939 describes the property and confirms that when you pick up the keys, you also take ownership of 464 square metres of good old Papamar land holding. Now, the dryer, the refrigerator and various pots, they are excluded from the sale. 20 working days from today's date, Girls. Any other changes to the channels list? There have been some changes to the contract though at the request of the vendor's solicitor. I just need to confirm those for you. Bear with me. Clause 23, the purchaser acknowledges that the agents advised them that the floor plan on the supplied LIM report does not match the current floor plan of the actual dwelling, and the carport has been converted into a covered garage without necessary council permits or consents. Clause 24, the purchaser acknowledges that you relied on your own due diligence and received professional advice in proceeding to complete the purchase and not on any representation expressed or implied by the vendor or the vendor's agents. Clause 25 authorises early release of the deposit in accordance with the Real Estate Agents Act, section 1, 2, 3. Clause 26, the following channels are being sold on an as-is basis only. The blinds, fixed floor coverings, the hob, which is an electric one, spa pool, the water bore, the window safety latches, they're all excluded from the vendor warranties in clause 9.31. Just making sure that you're fully aware of that and you bid and buy on that basis. So, if you are a stickler for originality, then you will be all for revival here at 278 Dixon Road. Though modern reconfigurations options exist for extra sleeping or extra living spaces. So, you know, an absolute plethora of options available here at 278 Dixon Road. The home itself spanning 2 levels, boasts an interior that will undoubtedly appeal to both purists and lovers of the 70s architecture as well. Plus, you've got that wonderful potential to enhance the property indeed. Now, this home has a lot of heart and its unique point of difference. A wonderful, attractive proximity to nearby amenities, and of course, walking distance to the beach make this property here in Dixon Road a very popular choice indeed. Who's it going to be that wants to own it? Well, that's determined by you. I've said my piece, now it's time for you to talk, and that would be logically with a good, solid opening bid. Where might that be? You're a fantastic bunch. This is quite a quiet location, this particular location on Dixon Road. I think these guys are going to fit in perfectly. Really quiet. Look at the opportunity that you've got there, folks. Looking for an opening bid now, 278 Dixon Road. First call, second time, third, last opportunity. Okay, well, I'm going to close the auction, hand it back to you girls and leave it to you. Since you don't want to play repeat today, folks, I'm going to go now and hand over to Jordan Silbright to carry on with the rest of our properties. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience. Jordan Silbright's my name, of course, following in the very safe and secure footsteps of Grant Child, our National Auction Manager, and we'll continue on with what you're here for, which is the rest of our wonderful properties. The next one is absolutely no exception. 2 bar 24 Mueller Street. Steve Cameron, he's been marketing this wonderful property up in Waihi there. And the stunning townhouse. Well, it's the perfect place to retreat for downsizers, those looking to get a little bit closer to town perhaps, or even first home buyers. Well, I'm sure this one will appeal to you. Legally described, firstly, as a fee simple, undivided half share, being 1113 square metres more or less. Secondly, an estate under leasehold, both first and second estates comprised and described under the record of title 739415 of the South Auckland Land Registry. Now the settlement date, that's set for 20 working days from the date of sale, but there's a little bit of flexibility up the sleeve should you need it, folks. And the further terms of sale page refers to clause 23.0 in regards to where to find further information about the Waihi mine. Those are all about Waihi contracts there for you. Chattels list, just a short list, you'll see it on the screen there, obviously included with the property. Okay, a light and bright kitchen with plenty of working bench space. It's the heart of the home. Spend your weeknights sipping sav as the home cook prepares the evening meal. You've got 2 double bedrooms where they provide ample rest area when the eyelids become rather heavy late at night. And you've got that rumpus room that can double as a home office should you wish to use it that way. You've also got a large family bathroom and laundry, as well as an internal access single garage. There's an entertainer's deck, as you would have seen. Well, that's a great place to sit back and admire the privacy that's on offer, with the easy care gardens and your fully fenced site to complement. You're located a short stroll from the local shops, schools, Gilmore Lake Scenic Reserve. Well, it's all on the doorstep here at 2 Bar 24 Mueller Street. So, folks, in your hands now. Look for a buyer. Start us away. Wonderful offering here in Waihi. I know Steve's had the pleasure of doing open homes here, and well, we're looking for someone to stop that for him. I'm sure he's hoping he might have the chance to get back there and do some more viewings. But if you're a cash buyer, we look for you now. Once a quarter around the room. Twice. Third chance, starts away. Okay, doesn't look like we've got the cash on this one, so we'll close that. A little bit of further work, but you still get to enjoy the open homes there, Steve. Any interest, give Steve a call. Okay, folks, moving on. Well, if you thought that a lifestyle sought after River Oaks Drive was an impossible dream, well, then you'll be pleasantly surprised by this rare opportunity to live in this prestigious residential enclave. With its generous floor plan and versatile options for extended family living, this solid brick home with timeless appeal offers so many possibilities. And well, the photos really don't do it justice, folks. Legally described under the record of title is SA69D Folio 560. It's 3,000 square metres, more or less, of fee simple freehold estate. Now, the settlement date, that's set for 28 days from the day of sale, or otherwise as mutually agreed upon there. So basically, get these moving booked, and then book them a bit ahead of time, because it's not too long to wait before you move in. Now, the further terms of sale, page 23.0, the purchaser acknowledges and accepts that the vendor has not used the diesel-fueled underfloor heating system in the time they've owned the property, and the system has been sold on an as-is, whereas condition. Therefore, the vendor warranties under clause 9 don't apply as such there. Now, the property itself, north-facing, the covered deck, it offers that picturesque outlook leading down to that outdoor entertaining area. Start the pizza oven up, and you've got guaranteed good times all evening long. The gardens surrounding, well, they're all well established, and sprawling lawns and raised garden beds provide a little bit of variation in the greenest form. There's even room to put a pool should you wish. American oak bench tops and a generous walk-in pantry make the kitchen here a treat to show off those culinary skills. The fully consented extension to the home caters well for extended family or a possible Airbnb type situation. Also, you're minutes from the Bethlehem Village, Bethlehem College and Tauranga Crossing. There's a real connection between lifestyle living and city convenience here. That expensive River Oaks family home that you see on the screen, folks, well, it needs a new owner. Who will it be? Look for it now in the room. Surely a start worthy of the northern side of 1.7, I would have thought. Property of this calibre, you can see there, nice sprawling green lawn there, but lots of variation in the landscaping. Who wants to take it away? Call it once around the room then. Opportunities here at River Oaks Drive, not too common. Second chance, then buyers. Third time. Okay, look, doesn't look like we've got the cash on this one, so close it down. A little bit further work to do there, Sharon and Malcolm, but I'm sure it won't be long. You've got some phone calls to make, and I'm sure there'll be some people coming through in the next couple of days. Wish you the best of luck with that one. Thank you. Okay, thanks very much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Again, a very warm welcome to everybody in the room, but also to our viewers on the live stream there. Do appreciate you being with us here at the EVES auction room. For our next wonderful offering, 10 Refton Place, Charlotte Gardner, you'll have seen her up here before. She's back again, another wonderful property that she brings to the market here for our lovely vendors. Now, North facing and a carefully considered layout make for a light-filled, comfortable and welcoming home. This well-presented home offers plenty of perks and various options for everybody. It's a freehold estate, being 551 square metres more or less, and your unique identifier is 120481. You will note there is some excluded channels there. You'll see them, the gas heater, the curtains in the bedroom. Otherwise, what you see on the screen, you take away with you. Your settlement day being 95 days from the date of the agreement, or other such days as mutually agreed upon there. No changes to any of that, Charlotte, as is there, folks. Now, generous proportions. They offer ample breathing space for the occupants of the home. The highly functional kitchen will be credited to many a home-cooked lasagna or beef Wellington, enjoyed, of course, in the open-plan dining before relaxing at the end of the day in that cosy living room. 3 large bedrooms where they accommodate growing families, 2 sharing the expansive bathroom, whilst the master receives its own, as well as that walk-in wardrobe there, and the sliding door access out to the garden is just another little bonus that you get. In a quiet cul-de-sac location centred between Mount Maunganui and Papamoa respectively, this property, it allows convenient access to all the local amenities that I'm sure you're very well aware of in such a fantastic location. You've got local schooling nearby, local shops nearby, everything really right at the doorstep there, folks. So it's come to the point we look for a buyer. 10 roofed in place. Are you going to be our new buyer here? Look for an opening bid now. Cash unconditional buyers, that's who we treat here in the auction room. First time around the room, give you an opportunity. You're right, Grant, they are a shy bunch today, but I'm sure a little bit of confidence. We'll get some hands going shortly. Second call then for roofed in place. Third time. Make no mistake, we've got motivated vendors here, so if we don't have a cash sale here, I'm sure there'll be some conditional buyers looking to put their hand up and say, Charlotte, let us through. Okay, close it then, Charlotte. And as I say, instructions from our vendors, highly motivated. They want to price the property?
They do want to price the property. Today we have a price of $889,000.
There you go, folks. So $889,000. That's what it'll take if you'd like to take away the keys. Give Charlotte a call. Her phone will be going nuts shortly, I'm sure. All the best to you, Charlotte, and to our vendors there. Right, folks. Well, continuing on, Chris Royal has been marketing this property. I want you all just to close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a life where you wake up to the ebb and the flow of the tide, surrounded by rural tranquility. Big skies, open spaces. This could be your reality at 16 Te Ara o Takataroa. Thank you very much. Quite a mouthful, quite a property. Legally described, it's a freehold estate, being 2,215 square metres more or less. Record of title, you'll see that 935448, and your settlement date, well, that's set for 31 March 2023, or other such date as mutually agreed upon. Channels listed, see it on the screen there, not too much to get your head around, but of course the property is what you're all here for. Now, this quiet subdivision located off Te Puna Station Road features semi-rural sites right on the entrance of the Waihi River. Your outdoor pavilion-style covered deck, well, it's a great place to relax overlooking the river and the cycle trails, whilst the large section provides opportunity to extensively landscape for further eye-pleasing enjoyment. Cathedral ceilings, they add height and volume to the living, kitchen and formal lounge, complemented by soft, muted tones throughout the interior to pair nicely with the soft pastel tones of that river backdrop. Striking with its black brick and vertical timber exterior, the wonderful property offers remote field living, whilst being only 5 or so minutes from the Bethlehem town centre. And for keen cyclists and walkers, I remind you, you've got the Omokaroa cycle trail. Well, it's literally right on your boundary, folks. A property of absolute style, I assure you there. So, we look for an opening bidder, opening buyer. Where are we? Start us away. Who says go? Okay, well, I called it 3 times. Once, twice, third time then. Okay, Chris, doesn't look like we've got the cash in the room for this one, but our instructions from our sellers, they are very clear.
Yeah, look, they'd like to price the property, they want to get on with things to get the property sold. We're pricing it today at 1,995,000.
Here we go, folks.
The sections out there are selling at $1 million and $1 million plus.
At $1 million plus for the sections alone out there, and we're offering it to you for $1,995,000, folks. So I would say, if this is what you are looking for or what you've been looking for, get on the phone to Chris. I can't imagine it will last much longer out there. Wish you all the best of luck, Chris.
Thank you. For me, please, gents. At $815,000, very clear instructions from the sellers. The property is definitely not for sale at that level. Certainly worthy of better than that at Sandhurst Drive here, particularly number 59. At $815,000, I put it to you for any further bidding, folks. Otherwise, the auction is going to be closed. First call now, not for sale at $815,000. Second time, third, last opportunity and we're out. The auction is now closed. I hand it back to you, Danny. I know you've got some other people expressing some interest. Folks, we'd just like to put that offer on paper. We'll keep working with you, but probably going to need to be a little bit better than that to be on the property of this calibre and this location.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we'll continue on. Jason Hyde-Hills, you'll see him over here. He's been representing and marketing the wonderful property at 82 Princess Road. Now, Grant, I believe we've got a little bit of an announcement to make before we get started here.
Pretty special day for Jason today. Folks, at EVES here, we have special recognition for our top marketing consultants that are marketing properties by way of auction. We have what we call the Golden Hammer Club. There are some really stringent criteria that our salespeople have to reach and have to meet each year to be able to keep qualified and retain their membership of the Golden Hammer Club. And today, Jason, gives me great pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the club.
Thank you.
Make sure it is gold.
Thank you very much, Grant, and well done again, Jason, here. Well, pretty easy to do a job when you get to turn up, market wonderful properties, wonderful people, of course, buyers and sellers. It makes the job a heck of a lot easier, doesn't it? Now, this property here, a 4-bedroom home, it's on a large, full-size section, and it's screaming the word potential. It really is. Developers, renovators, anyone looking just to add some value to a property, well, look no further than our wonderful offering here. Legally described, it's a freehold estate being 814 square metres, more or less. Unique identifier SA19A Volvo 198. The settlement date that's set for the 16th of June 2023, or other such date as mutually agreed upon. Very short list of chattels there, and you'll notice the chattels all as is, whereas in regards to those. No changes at all there, Jason. All is documented in the contracts you will have seen. Now the home itself, well, it offers open plan living with sliders connecting to that outdoor deck where you get glimpses of the kaimais. They're offered along with a fresh smell of nature from all the established plantings surrounding your boundary. Now it's got a large garage as well that sits beneath the living quarters, providing plenty of storage, and well, you've got extra off-street parking as well to accompany the extra storage space of that backyard shed. In zone, well, it's in zone for walking distance to excellent schooling in the forms of Bellevue, Odomodi Intermediate and College, plus you're only a short drive from the CBD and the Brookfield shops. Potential to add value I touched on, well, of course, it's got that, subject to consent, but, you know, come up with a new plan, what you'd like to do with it, or maybe just use it as your next home, folks. It's a wonderful offering, and we offer it to you now, whatever it be your reason for buying. Let me know what you'd like to pay for it. Start us away here, look for a start. Around the room, call it 3 times, you know the drill by now, folks. Once, twice, third time. Okay, well, no cash in the room for this one, Jason, but as always, you'll work hard, and I'm sure we'll see a sold sign out the front in a very short time. Wish you best of luck. Right, ladies and gentlemen, well, lot number 12, you'll see it on the screen there. 3B, Rangatoa Street, Sharon and Malcolm. Waihi, they've been marketing this wonderful property here, and it's a beautifully presented two-storey home positioned on a rear elevated site. It takes full advantage of the sun and the impressive views of the ever-changing inner harbour. You're enjoying a front row seat to the most spectacular sunsets over the Kaimais. The legal description, well, it's firstly an estate in fee simple, an undivided half share in 798 square metres, and secondly an estate in leasehold, both the first and second estates described and comprised under that record of title SA 39A, folio 481. Now, your settlement date, that's just 10 working days from the date of sale, or as otherwise mutually agreed upon. So again, some flexibility up the sleeve, but 10 working days is our elected settlement date. And the chattels list, you'll see it on the screen there. No late changes to the chattels, is there? Perfect. So bid and buy with confidence, folks. Now, the cosy lounge, it was made for relaxing. And the covered veranda which leads off it, well, that's a great place for doing the same with a little bit of breeze around your ankles. It's a light-filled kitchen that links seamlessly to the dining room, which features that perfectly positioned window seat, taking the views and the sunshine out across the bay. Vaulted ceilings bring light through the upstairs bedrooms, and the bathroom on each level caters to convenience throughout this home. Now, the master bedroom, that offers a walk-in wardrobe and, well, the best views in the home, I'm told. Healthy home compliant and great garaging, and, well, there's even room for a good veggie patch. This home, it caters to so many, and it's located close to everything for the easiest of access. So, bidders, buyers, in your hands now. Start us away. Who says go?
680.
680, absolutely. Welcome you in there at 680,000. We'll look for a 20 on the rise at this level. That's 680. Appreciate the bid there in the open, sir. I'll call it first time. Once, twice around the room at 680. Looking for 700. That's our next step. Let it be clear. That's 680 over here. Third chance. Okay then, well, with the vendor at 700, below where my instructions say we need to be, so 700 vendor bid, can I welcome you back at 720? Yep. On the nod, we go at 720 then. Any further interest in the room, please don't let me exclude you if you're here to buy. I'm at 720 with the gentleman over here to my left, your right. I call it first time then at 720,000. Twice now I call it 720. Look for a 20 on top. Take a 10 if it works for you, folks. That's 720. Once, twice, third and final time. Okay, then vendor bid with me. Take the 10 and we'll go 730 with the vendor. And can I welcome you back? Offer you the same courtesy, of course, another 10,000 on top. Sees you at 740. On the nod, appreciate you working with me, sir. Really do. At 740 then with our buyer over here. Once I call around the room then at 740,000. Second call, folks. Further interest, let it be known. Third time. Okay, well, it looks like you're earning cash in the room, so what we'll do is we'll pause the auction, give you an opportunity to have a conversation with Mark here and see if we can help you out there. Just pause the auction, we'll come back to it shortly, folks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, lot number 13 today. It's a Mount Montanui offering here at 114-36 Victoria Road. Charlotte Gardner again, our St. Paddy's Day, St. Paddy's Week representative. Here she is, back again. And well, she's had the pleasure of marketing this wonderful offering. It's nestled precisely in the mall in Montanui Road. This apartment, well, it's a short stroll from Pilot Bay, whilst a lazy amble in the opposite direction leads you to the Mount Main Beach via the township's bustling core, of course. Legally described, well, it's a stratum in freehold, principal unit 114, accessory units 40 and L74. You'll find all the further details, of course, under the record of title 30079 of that South Auckland Land Registry. Now, 20 working days, that's our elected settlement date here. A little bit of flexibility again, should you need it. And there are some further terms of sale that I'll just refer to quickly. 23.0, the general terms vary in extent to the vendor not having been in occupation of the property, makes no warranties. Therefore, clause 9.31 of the general conditions void on case. If the gas or the electrical utilities have been disconnected, the purchaser shall be responsible for any reconnection and inspection fees, including any work required there. 25 refers to the limitations of liability, so please make sure you've had a read through that. 26.0, special conditions override the standard conditions in the agreement, where there is express or implied conflict between them. And 27.0, the parties to this agreement hereby acknowledge the proposed refund of monies pertaining to the dispute. Of course, you will have seen all of this in the documentation you were furnished. If you do have any questions, please make sure you ask them before you bid, but we do assume you are here, due diligence complete and ready to buy. Now, modernised to be light and bright, capturing the sun through its north-facing aspect, the configuration of this apartment utilises space for maximum functionality. Now, at the risk of sounding like the E-Channel on a day of the Oscars, it's an all-access pass here. Your VIP privileges, well, they include on-site access to the gym, the pool, the sauna. It's all right at your fingertips. From show-stopping sunsets to your lifestyle that resembles a never-ending holiday, it doesn't get much better than life here. With a finger on the pulse to all the downtown Mount activity and a finger in the pie that is beachside relaxation, raise the rest of your fingers politely and show me you'd like to start the bid. Look for a start in the room here, wonderful buying, downtown Mount location. Surely we'd see someone looking to get in there. Could be a great holiday spot if you've got somewhere more permanent in mind. Perhaps move right in, get rid of the car if you need to. Everything's walking distance, folks. First time call around the room, look for a start. Second opportunity then. Imagine that, you can walk right down, see the cruise ships coming in, leaving, grab a coffee in town. Third chance, folks. Cash buyers. I know we've got some conditional parties, Charlotte, so I guess we're going to have to close the auction, and I'm sure you've got some phone calls to make. There'll be some very happy people to hear that this is still available for them. Wish you the best of luck on this one. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go back to the property 3B Rangatawa Street, Sharon and Blakey marketing this one. We paused the bidding there at $740,000. Now we've had a little conversation with our buyers, with our seller, and can you confirm for me an increase in your bid to $755,000? Just confirm for me on the nod there. And our instructions from our seller up the back there, we sell away at this level. Okay, folks, so at $755,000, make no mistake, on the market, new owner will be found today. At $755,000, I'll call it 3 times. Here we go. Once at $755,000. Twice, I'll take a cheeky single on top if it helps. But at $755,000, is there any further improvement? Twice now at $755,000. Third opportunity, folks, make no mistake, it's on the market, it goes, sold there, congratulations to our sellers, to our owners, and of course we appreciate you all tuning in on the live stream and being here today. All the very best, and we'll see you for another wonderful lineup of properties next Thursday. Thanks very much.